What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hussle, and yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on, and hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hussle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hussle pages out there. So please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you pay for, right? And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hussle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hussle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, there's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you entertained, or keep you informed. So today's videos, we're going to be talking about these new bank scams and methods that's going on. They got average Joes, your granny, your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your little brother, your little sister, doing these methods and getting some money. And as the world evolves, the scams and the methods will evolve. And a lot of people, it's a lot of new people getting into this world. It's a lot of people that had jobs and stuff that was 5-6 years ago when PPP, EDD, COVID-19 hit. It's a lot of people back then that had decent jobs and stuff like that, but things changed, and now it's people that need quick, fast lump sums of money, and now they get into this world, and a lot of people are making money. So it's a lot of new methods out here. Not even per se new methods, but it's an evolution of the methods out here, and the scams, and the fraud, and the loads, and the crypto, and so many different things. That's going on in today's world that's allowing so many people, new people, to make money in this field and in this world. So, what are these new methods? It's a lot of new methods. It's a lot of techniques that a lot of different people use and utilize. And what's becoming popular in today's world is the banks and spoofs, OTP bots. A lot of people are starting to learn and figure out loopholes in these bank systems to be able to do certain methods to obtain certain funds fraudulently. Now, you got identity theft, you got spoofers calls, you got check fraud, credit card fraud, so many different ways, right? So people want to make it as easy as possible to be able to get some money. So with these spoof calls and these text messages, people are learning that banks only cover fraudulent activity. Banks don't cover scamming activity. So if somebody social engineers, tricks, or manipulates somebody into sending their own money and giving their personal information, that's a scam. If somebody steals somebody checks, steals somebody's identity, and tries to utilize that to get revenue or money, that's fraudulent activity. So a lot of people don't know the difference, and they just think everything is a scam. Everything is not a scam. You got scammers, you got fraudsters, and you got hackers out here. 3 different people do 3 different things, and that's what people need to start understanding and learning. So spoofing has become a very popular method because it allows the scammer to social engineer somebody into sending and giving their personal information. Now, once the victim does that, on the outside looking in, when the bank sees it, it's looking they see it as if the victim is the one who's logging into their bank account and sending this money out. Because once a victim or somebody gives that code, then the bank is no longer responsible for recovering those funds. So that's a loophole that a lot of scammers are starting to. Scammers love loopholes because loopholes allow them to do things and get away with a lot of certain things. And scammers and fraudsters utilize their brain a lot. And when they utilize their brain, they find out certain things. They do their research and they find certain things, just like the evolution of check fraud. 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago, 2000s, early 99, late 1999s, there wasn't, what's here today wasn't there then. What security databases and programs and even apps that we have now was not there then. We couldn't tap to pay. We couldn't tap to get into our bank accounts. There was no such thing as tap. There was no such thing as Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. These things didn't exist. So when it came to check fraud, a lot of check fraud used to go on. People would deposit fake checks, fraudulent checks. Matter of fact, they would deposit their own checks and let them checks bounce, and they would withdraw funds, and then they end up closing the bank account, and then that'll be it. Now that it's become so popular, people are going to jail for a long time because of this. Now, with these bots, with these spoof text messages and calls, a lot of people have gotten them. Almost everybody has gotten a spoof text message or call. You owe this to the tollway. Are you trying to spend this amount at this store? Are you trying to transfer this amount to, or whatever? We all got spoof calls before, and we all got spoof text messages. This is the evolution of that. So probably 5-6 years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, we used to get those texts, just random text messages. Hey, are you trying to, this is such and such bank, Wells Fargo Bank. And the problem with that was they were sending out random text messages to any and everybody. And a lot of people didn't even have bank accounts with those banks. So now they have evolved to be able to go on the dark web, go buy bank databases and call people who actually have a bank account with that bank instead of just calling random people. So now they have lists of people's fulls and information, and they know they got a bank account with this bank. So now they go get the fraud department number. You can easily Google that, put it on the spoofer, and send out those text messages. And when they get that text message, it looks like a legit text message from the fraud department from that bank. And since that person actually has a bank account with that bank, they're going to get frightened. They're going to get a sense of emergency. So more than likely, they're not going to even think properly. They're going to text back automatically, no. And a lot of people do. And for the scammers, think about you sending out random text messages to 100 people and only 2 people respond back no. Vice versa, you send out 100 text messages to 100 people who actually have a bank account with that bank, and 60 people text back no. It's a difference. So that's why the hackers get the information, and the scammers and the fraudsters buy the information and utilize it to do these type of scams and these type of fraudulent activities. Different things. So they get the text messages, and since those people actually have a bank account with that bank, they're responding, and they're so blind that sometimes people actually give the scammers their information. Like they might say, okay, what's your current username? They give it to them. They say, what you trying to change it to? They give them the new username. They say, what's your password? They give them the password. What are you trying to change your password to? They give them the password. They say, okay, we're going to send you a one-time password. They log into the victim's account. Then they hit the one-time password. So they say, we're going to send a one-time password to these numbers, or one of these numbers or emails. They send the code to the number. They say, can you give us the code? They actually give the scammers the code. That's ball game right there. Banks aren't going to cover that. Only time banks reimburse somebody for that type of activity is when it hits the news, and because the banks don't want to be looked at as an institute where people money isn't safe, because banks need people to be able to make money. They make money off us every way, from us having a bank account with them, us using our debit cards. Banks that make over $4 billion in transaction fees a year alone. So come on now, they need us. And which is sad. Like, how y'all gonna charge us to get our own money? Like, that's crazy. And then y'all charge us to keep our money safe, but y'all don't even keep our money safe. Scam. So these spoof calls, these new bank methods are definitely becoming very popular. And A lot of people are falling for it. 6.5 being last lost in fraud in New York last year. So we're gonna go over some of this lady. A lot of people are becoming victims of this scam, and we're gonna check it out right now. So let's see what's going on in New York, where somebody was a victim of these text message spoof calls, text message scams, and stuff like that.
Amounts of money are being lost in fraud schemes. According to a new report from the Consumer Federation of America, New Yorkers alone lost about $6.5 billion just last year. Carolyn Gussoff spoke with victims who have one message: scams can happen to anyone.
For Cynthia Norris, it started with direct messages on Instagram from a man who claimed to be a well-known comedian in Finland.
It was so personable and made me feel.
They starting to hit people up on social media now. And look, they're falling for it. So you can't believe. So people be like, man, I would never fall for that. You never know. If it catches you off guard, you might fall for it.
Like I could trust him, and he was so patient with teaching me how to do Bitcoin, and then he just started like love bombing me, as they say.
In hundreds of messages, he pretended to be helping her make money. By the time she realized it was a scam, she had sent him $58,000. She says the shame keeps many victims
$58,000.
Why this Long Island widowed grandma.
And this happens more often than people think. Like, people don't understand. Like, it's a lot of people in the world, and you might think a lot of people won't fall for it, but a lot of people will fall for these type of scams and these schemes, and it's almost like flabbergasting what's going on. People seek vulnerable people, and this looks like there's a romance scam where she was just getting scammed, fall in love, getting sweet talk, probably ain't had nobody talk to in a long time, felt the vibes, and
mother asked us not to show her face and to alter her voice. She met a man on a dating app who claimed he was an accomplished engineer overseas.
He sent me emails with love poems. He sent me songs. When he gets home, we're going to meet.
He convinced her to wire hundreds of thousands of dollars in the form of these gift cards for emergencies.
They stole his wallet. He had no money.
She went on Facebook to help recover the money and was scammed
That's
yet
funny.
again.
I know somebody that used to do romance scams.
$800,000.
It destroys the being of you, every shred that you have in your body.
Attorney General Letitia James joined advocates and victims at Elmont Library for a listening session about the explosion of fraud. This new report finds Americans are losing at least $119 billion a year to online scams, and many start with direct messaging on social media.
We are seeing retirement accounts drained in a single transfer, life savings wiped out.
Please do not release any information which is private, your Social Security, your bank information, no information at all.
It's a crime of trust, which to me is worse than breaking into somebody's house, really.
Neither victim got any of their money back, but sharing their stories here today is their way of fighting back. In Elmont, Long
It's crazy, man. It's a lot of different scams and techniques that people are coming up with using their brains to get some money. So with that being said, man, we all got to be more safe, more cautious in the world out there, because these scams are getting more sophisticated. And we're going to talk about a lot of these scams, from business scams, iPhone scams, check scams, credit card scams. But a lot of people got to understand, a lot of these methods is different type of methods. It's different type of scams. It's different type of fraud. There's so much going on out here. So that being said, man, be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware. Make sure y'all get y'all Norton Life Locks to monitor all y'all social media accounts and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on. And make sure, and it will also monitor the dark web. Make sure your personal information isn't floating around on there. Make sure y'all freezing your credit bureaus and profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, so nobody can get anything in your name, no apartments, no cars, no loans, credit cards, lines of credit, or bank accounts. And make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit cards with new information. Make sure we get new cards, man, with new information. We tap, swipe, insert, order online all day, every day. Every time we do, that information is being stored on a database, and there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack. So you know what's going on with that, man. We get new card information. That old information will no longer be valid, and we'll have a better chance of keeping our information safe. All right, so That being said, man, be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware of what's going on out there in this real crazy world that we living in. All right. So shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping this sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gems are $1,000. But for limited time only, I'm doing it for 600. Yeah, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Ooh, little facial hair growing in. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 250. 10 seats available. Don't miss out. Ask me anything, get help with anything that y'all need to get help with. So let's get to it. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the crypto tour and personal limited gems, 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all seat on the month-long mentorship, $1,000. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato App Millionaire Network. Still looking for people for the production company. Still looking for rappers, singers, models, producers, cameramen, women, gamers, streamers, and content curators. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell. All my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikToks, and Snapchats. Make sure y'all check it out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all getting in where y'all fitting in with these load ups. All right. Cash App, Bitcoin payment, $100 and up. Baked potato loads. Y'all know what's going on. Send me the screenshots when y'all ready, and we're going to go from there. All right. So with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how I get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson, video, or live. Peace.